Hey, and welcome back to where we left up in last episode. Today we're gonna continue the story.
Sanctuary's off limits. You bloodshots can stay in your hole.
Sanctuary is off limits. It's not really true though. We're basically invited as soon as we even hear of someone from Sanctuary.
I think we'll just turn around and head back to our
Pandora is a violent and dangerous place. Sanctuary is slightly less so. You'll need a card to reach the city gate. Get to the catcher ride.
Man, this Snyder is gonna be very useful. Hey, some more iridium as well. The Snyder is such a cool weapon. I love it. I wonder to what level you can use it, because this one is from level 4? 4, yeah. And then we have this hand cannon, thick hand cannon. Oh yeah, and the submachine gun as well. Cool. Wait, we picked up the shield, right? Oh yeah, that was our previous one, yeah. Okay, never mind. Unauthorized user, so we'll have to pick up a thing to hack into the catcher ride system, which is a Hyperion tech thingy. Oh my god, I'm missing everything. Laying somewhere over in that area, over there. There it is. Ah, there we go, splash damage from the sniper. Destroyed that barrel again. Always lovely when that happens. Oh. Also anticipated that guy to move a bit further. And yeah, you know, there's no excuse for that one. Alright, so let's see how much melee damage we can actually do already. Let's wait to the very last moment. Almost one-shot the guy, 319. Normally we would do somewhere around 40 or 50 melee damage. But with Deception, of course, it gets boosted up to 650%, as we've seen in the last episode. And then we also got a point into Killing Blow at level 6, which ups it by the melee damage to 200% when an enemy is very low. So that's why we hit 109 after that. We're also getting really close to level 7. And then we're gonna put another point into Killing Blow, because, you know, it's gonna be great. Also, we can sell off some of these more expensive items. And as you can see, like, ammo is extremely cheap right now. And because we got some stuff from level 30 earlier, that one skin, we already have over 3,000 gold. Or, I don't know, money, dollars, whatever this game uses. There we go! We leveled up by discovering a new area. And the nice thing about this area is that it contains Savage Lee. And Savage Lee is the guy who drops the Unkempt Herald. Even though the Unkempt Herald isn't very ammo efficient, especially if you don't have all the ammo SDU slots, it's still very nice to have, you know. Alright, this is the gate to Sanctuary. Whoa, rude. This is the gate to Sanctuary, and
You're never getting into Sanctuary, you bloodshot skaglicks. Hold up, you're a Vault Hunter. Just a sec. Roland wanted to talk to you. Let me echo it.
apparently if you're a Vault Hunter, the what they said earlier, Sanctuary is off limits, remember? Doesn't count for us. Because we're Vault Hunters, so we're cool.
We'll catch up when I get back to Sanctuary. For now, I need your help. My men tell me Corporal Reese hasn't returned the power core that we need to keep the city's shields running. Bring Reese back to Sanctuary, and you'll have earned your place in the Raiders.
Roland's contact.
Reese is in trouble?
Reese is in trouble.
Find him, soldier.
Alright, over there, over the bridge, you'll see the Bloodshot Stronghold, which is the next area we're gonna have to go. But first, we're gonna have to find Corporal Reese. And also, let's put that second point into Killing Blow. There. Already 200% damage. It's amazing.
Goddamn Bloodshots, there's too many of them. If anyone can hear me, I need help.
Oops, yeah. Well, in my defense, bully monks have very tiny heads. There we go. And also there's this last one over here. And you can hear Corporal Reese getting, well, tickled to death. Especially by this one. Alright, let's see if the Snyder AoE thingy works again. Probably I'm gonna one-shot them, because this sniper is level 4. But, whoa. Thank you, Rack. Oh, well, never mind the thank you, because they're gonna chase me now. Oh, such an annoying enemy. Oh, that was kind of effective. You know what? The skyrockets. That's all I gotta say. Just took a sip of my drink. Alright, so in this area we have to find a power core, which is dropped by a psycho. Well, one of the psychos. I believe it's that one. Nope, it's this one. Yep. It's not a suicide psycho. So for this objective... Yeah, Claptrap, we know. I was about to say that. Yes, we have an objective in that area, right? Kill 20 Bloodshots. You know, it's not worth it to go to the trouble of killing 20 of them. It's easier to just turn in this mission, get the XP that way, and whenever we get behind an XP we can just do some quests or some farms to catch back up again. And if I wanted to be real cheeky about it, I could have save quit so that we spawned next to the fast travel station. But this is not a speed run, and if it were, I just don't know the proper routes, basically.
This is a message to Sanctuary, the last stronghold of the resistance. Pandora, as you
Gotta love Jack sometimes, though.
bandits, that time has passed. If you let it, this could be an era. Roland, is that you? Oh, it's the Vault Hunter. Get. Hey, you like my speech? I was lying about the last part, by the way. I'm gonna spend on the
Oh, he was lying about the last part. Yeah, we all knew. I mean, this game is all about, well, killing people and having fun. That just sounds weird. But essentially, it's true, and they use great humor to achieve that. You know, if you first play the game, you start it up, like, right? And you follow Claptrap around, just, you know, immediately you find him annoying, right? Ooh. This... If this was a Jacob's weapon with a torque barrel, and a torque barrel is easily identified by this big ass... well, rocket launching thing in the front, it would have been very much more expensive. But this one is flat off, not torque. So we'll just take the shotgun. Might be of some use later. It's level 7 after all. Oh yeah, also I installed a mod, which, well, the cutscene skip I explained earlier. I also have a mod which also lets you choose your mission rewards. So on missions where you only would get one item, you actually get 2 chances of getting that item. Very helpful when you're farming for specific parts or prefixes, or in general, just,
Roland
you know,
needs your help. Without you, the Crimson
it's
Ring
good,
wouldn't stand a chance against
and it saves a lot of farming
us.
time.
Find out where Roland's
It basically cuts it in half, right? And seeing as read-only farming is already kind of tedious, might as well cut a little bit of time of that, right?
Now you gonna help us out with this rolling situation?
So that's one of the mods I use as well. Oh, I did not mean to pick up that gun. Like, that's just gonna be ugly in the inventory, right? And I immediately picked it back up again. Wow, great. Well, don't mind me. Sorry. Actually, I do have, I believe, 1 or maybe 2 other mods installed. One of them is a very helpful one, because we're playing as Zer0, right? One of the things I do not like about this vanilla game is whenever you get a drop for a class comm, one of those skill boosting things, you have a chance to get one for each of the classes, each of the characters. I have a mod installed that only allows class comms to drop from the characters you're playing. And it's dynamic as well, so it also takes into account if you play with friends. For example, if a Siren would join my session, I believe Siren comms would also be able to drop from enemies. It's very nice, and also saves a bit of time if you're farming tubbies at the end game. Alright. I do like my grenades. All the other ammos are probably plentiful. So let's upgrade to grenades, right? Normally you would have like 4 or maybe 5 iridium by now. I had 12. Like, then don't you just appreciate the community patch? Oh shit. I also forgot to press this thing again. There we go.
Thanks for grabbing all that stuff for me. 3rd-degree burns are best taken in shifts.
And yes, the community patch, essentially it does make the game a bit easier, because as I explained, it buffs some underused talents, and yes, it does improve some of drop rates or like mission rewards. But the nice thing is you can just get everything by farming stuff. You don't have to do read-only grinds, even though for some items it's still more easier. I like the option that you can just play the game like you would expect a game to be played, right? This game was probably not intended to be played with save-only farming. It's efficient, but not very immersive, right? And just like badass ranks, I don't mind the game being a little bit easier, especially if it just overall saves a bit of time. Ooh, did you see that jump, by the way? I love doing that. It's not that easy, actually. You have to time it. Scooter, silent please, thank you. You have to jump at the precise timing over the balcony onto this little roof thingy. Just try it yourself, it's not as easy as it looks. Alright, so now we unlock the mission to rescue the Firehawk, right? We have to go to Lilith and free her from her own iridium overdose or something. It's kind of weird. She's being very vague, keeping the bloodshots at bay, whatever that means. So as I mentioned before, I would like to get the Unkempt Herald, not because I need it, but just because it's a fun thing to do. I like farming, and that's a gun you can use for over 10 levels. It's so good. So one of the most efficient ways to go for that is to go to this Frostburn Canyon. Then we will, for our convenience sake, hit this fast travel station so we can travel to it and from it. Now immediately we can turn around, and in this game you'll spawn at the latest like save point you've entered through. For example, in this case it's this doorway over here. If I would travel from the Frostburn Canyon to the Three Horns Divide, I would spawn at that one save station where we went earlier, right? Oh, it's badass psycho. That might give us some XP. Well, it will definitely give us some XP if I can even aim and, you know, kill him. But then I forgot Skyrocket. It's so overpowered. I love it. Actually, it's not overpowered. It's just very strong. Because true vault, I mean, like normal mode in this game is just very, very easy. There's no real challenge to it. So any gun that's has some like kind of special effect works wonders in this game mode. Later on in Ultimate Vault Hunter especially, it's gonna be a little bit harder to kill enemies. You probably need to slag them, match elements, or just have a very overpowered weapon. Or build for that. Oh, level 10 Savage Lee. I think he still drops level 7 gear though. But we'll see. Skyrocket. Nice backflip, bro. Alright, that was fun. Let's see what he dropped. Nothing. Well, period. Nothing. That's too bad. But still, he did a great front flip. So, well, front flip, back flip, whatever it was cool. Let's try again. We can just save quit, and as I mentioned earlier, continue. Wait a second. Let me check something. Did I enable the patch? I believe I did, but we'll find out. Because how I checked it was that was wow, words. You saw me check the skill tree, right? Because I believe that most upper right skill, which gives you more melee damage. Can I make this? Yes. More melee damage and damage reduction. Without the patch, it gives bonus maximum health instead of damage reduction. So that's one way to check if you have the patch running. If you have no clue what I'm talking about when I mention the patch or like mods or other stuff that I went over, I highly recommend that you watch videos from either JoltsDude139. He's a great Borderlands 2 YouTuber. You've probably seen his videos before mine. Or a video from Man of Low Moral Fiber. He is actually the one that inspired me to do a Zer0 playthrough on my own like a year ago. With a full sniper build. There we go. He also has a video on how to install and enable the most recent community patch for this game. So if you want to have this same experience, go ahead and watch his video and see if you can make it work for yourself. So let's just farm Savage Lee until he drops his Unkempt Herald, and then we'll continue with the main story. Also, let's not forget, after doing that mission where we saved, well, we didn't really save Corporal Reese now, did we? Where we went to Sanctuary, let's put it like that, we enabled our third weapon slot. So we can actually equip this shotgun, and we can see if it does a bit more work on Savage Lee. Also, we leveled up, right? So let's put another point in Killing Blow. 300% melee damage on low health targets. Isn't that beautiful? And for normal mode, I'm not gonna bother with doing all the DLCs, because I'll do that later on. I don't want to do all the game 3 times over. But we will get some nice stuff from especially the Scarlet DLC. For example, I want the rapier, which is a weapon which enhances melee ability by, I believe, 150%, if I'm correct. Maybe even 200, I don't know. Yeah, I believe it's 200 actually. And also, Savage Lee is behaving very weirdly today. And not only the rapier is good, but also the Pimpernel. It's one of the best snipers. It's Molly one, just like the Snider that I'm using right now. But it has a very unique firing pattern. And I'll show you whenever we get to that one. Oh yeah, this is one of the routes I love to take. It's a bit quicker than just running through this area. Also, there's one weapon in particular which is very, well, essential to especially melee Zer0, but overall to any Borderlands character, which is the Grog Nozzle. The Grog Nozzle is a melee 1 pistol acquired in the Tiny Tina's DLC actually, and that weapon heals for 60% of the damage you deal while holding it. So if we get a bladed version of that, we can use it for melee and self heals. So that's gonna be great. Oh, could you stop hitting me, bully monks? I asked very politely, guys. I'm so used to throwing kunai in my deception, but we definitely do not have that yet. Also, badass enemies give more XP than regulars, and they drop better loot. So that's why I killed this guy. One shotgun and a Torque rifle. But this one has an Hyperion grip on a TD or shotgun. Yeah, it's pretty awful. So let's continue, I guess. So as I said, I would definitely like to have a Unkempt Herald. But another weapon that I would really like to have is a quad. The Jacob shotgun. I intend to farm that as well. And we're gonna do that whenever we reach Bad Maul, because he is good for experience, iridium, and shotguns. On the community patch, he even has a chance to drop the Deliverance shotgun. It's a legendary TDR shotgun, which keeps firing whenever you reload it. It like travels in the air and keeps shooting. Pretty cool. And it also got a buff on the community patch, I believe. Oh! That was a bit scary. But the Deliverance, still not that good of a gun, unfortunately. But might as well pick up a few to get some more money, right? Legendary items are legendary items. Well, unfortunately, we still have not found a single Unkempt Herald. Then again, it should be a chance of about 1 in 10. So it wouldn't have been very likely. Ah, as you can see in the bottom right of the screen there, in the loading screen, you saw a black skin on a gun. That's a optional improvement, optional mod basically from the community patch as well, which reskins some of the weapons, like, well, some of the Seraph weapons and some legendaries. And you know, I like it. It's or pearlescent weapons especially. So I definitely have that one enabled. So it would probably be better for me to just use the Skyrocket on this guy, because that made quick work of him earlier. Yeah, there we go. As long as we find a few new grenades now and then, we should be totally fine. Turtle shields, yeah, I like those. Who needs maximum health anyways? And I'm still looking for an orange gun, you know. But might as well continue. We got very lucky on the bonus package. That was our first try from Boom Boom. But the Unkempt Herald, so far no luck. Even though it's not to be expected in the first 5 kills, right? After 10 kills I would expect to have at least one. But then again, it's totally not a guarantee. So let's use the Skyrocket again. And as you can see, oh, well, hey, that's a TDR grip, explicit. I love it. Give it to me. There we go. We found it. So we can replace this one for that one. Now that's an improvement. Oh, it has a sight on TDR sight. Is that correct? TDR grip, which I believe improves reload speed. Magazine size, and it uses few ammo per shot. Let's see. So we have 14 in the chamber. Oh, he's throwing cars at me. Oh yeah, 3 ammo per shot. As you can see, it does quite a lot of damage. But we will actually run out of ammo quite quickly if we continue to use this for everything. And also, I don't want to make the game too easy, so for now it's fun to use. I probably won't be using this all the way through, and like farm new ones. Definitely not, actually. Don't worry about that. But I do like to farm it every new playthrough on Savage Elite and just mess around with it for a few levels. And someone is very happy right now because he's honking like crazy. Alright, so we almost reached level 9. That's a good place to continue the story. And yeah, we have a very overpowered gun at the moment, so we can take on everything and everyone.
Well, that was needlessly graphic.
And yeah, as you can see, Deception is pretty good for just skipping a few enemies on missions and such.
Has harassed the blood
But I do like to hit level 9 before we reach the next area.
assault on the Firehawk before. I wonder what's giving them such confidence.
If only I could hit a bit more people. Hey, there we go. Well, that wasn't so hard. Oh yeah, that's a fire-resistant enemy, so I'm not gonna bother with the sniper on him. That's another fire-resistant enemy. And let's see if we get a loot midget. Nope. Also, let's upgrade this. And yes, I know I haven't used any melee yet, or barely at all. Don't worry about it. We can always respec later. This is basically just to get to follow through. The kill skill that makes you have more gun damage after a kill, more movement speed, and more reload speed, I believe. It's very good. Explicit Unkempt Herald. I think explicit actually is the prefix for more bullet speed, because it seems to have a very fast travel time on these bullets. Especially if you compare it to my other... Oh, okay, did you see that? 342 damage on melee. That's definitely thanks to Killing Blow. Oh, we got a blue... Let's see. Blue fire submachine gun. TDR with a TDR grip as well. So it has improved magazine size and reload speed. Now, improved reload speed is especially on TDR weapons is very helpful, because as you can see, whenever I reload this gun, also good to look at the ammo by the way, whenever you reload a TDR gun, you throw it like a grenade and then it does damage based on the amount of ammo you had in the chamber.
Let me explain something.
So if you want to burst something down very quickly, you can just shoot one bullet. And let's see if we can find a relatively tough enemy, which is spider ants are not. A Goliath, alright. Yeah, it would be nice to hit him actually. There you go, that did 945 damage. Now, you will use up all the ammo that you throw away. So, ammo efficient is definitely, well, not the case. Sorry, I'm sometimes words don't come as fluidly as I would like them to. Maybe that will improve later on, right?
This is it. The Firehawk's hideout.
But it's very nice to burst down dangerous high threat level enemies. Not very efficient to use throughout mobbing though. Yep.
Traps. Don't let that happen to you.
As I said, ammo won't be too much of an issue. Especially with the patch, because we can improve our ammo slots, right? That's why we have 5 grenades instead of 3 at the moment.
You feel that? The sound of those earthquakes marks my drills getting closer and closer to the vaults. That's the sound of progress, baby.
Level 9. So I believe if you entered this, you saw I discovered a new area, right? So I believe because we entered at level 9 in this area, there is a chest at the very end of this mission, which should scale to your level. And I'm very curious to see if it spawns level 8 or level 9 gear, because we entered the whole Frostburn Canyon at level 8, right? But we discovered this location at level 9. Ooh. Yeah, that's the cutscene skip. They just exploded, but actually it should have been Lilith that phase blasted them. Lots of internal bleeding, lots of chit chat. I know.
Could you help me up?
Yes, I could. So now she needs her daily doses of iridium, apparently, because she used too much of her power using her phase blast. Honestly, it doesn't make too much sense to me, because if she's the one holding the bandits at bay for Jack, well, for Roland, I should say, she should be a little bit more powerful, right?
Thanks.
If it takes her that much power to kill 2 bruisers,
The bloodshot's grabbed it. Cocky too.
she's not the most qualified person to even handle this anyways, right? But who am I to judge? I'll help her out, because we're nice people like that. Now, the skyrocket, that grenade I'm using, is extremely effective. Oh, thank you, Lilith. Is extremely effective in tight areas like this. But be careful, because the red text underneath the grenade actually says, "Warning, not intended for indoor use," I believe. Yes. And I will show you why. I'm gonna stand right over here. I'm gonna throw the grenade over there. Oh, yeah, well, that didn't show it too well. Okay, let's use it. Excuse me? You know what? That's the thing about stuff. Whenever you want them not to work, they work perfectly.
This ain't over yet.
And in situations where you need them to work, they just screw you over. But it has like a weird arch to it. As you can see, it curves up a little bit like fireworks. And it also explodes like fireworks. So you can use that to get better angles. Oh, I actually damaged myself a little bit there. Did you see that? Because I wanted to show you how easy it is to kill yourself with this grenade. But that will probably happen in the future, so don't worry about that. It will definitely happen, don't worry. Also, I'm just blasting through this mission. Ooh, killing blow. That was a lot of damage again. Just gonna blast through this mission. Let's use the sniper for a bit, you know. Let's see if we can aim. Like, I know everyone has already seen lots of the Unkempt Herald. Alright, although for these enemies it would probably be easier. Actually, let's do this, you know? I was talking about prioritizing high threat enemies, so as you can see, T0 weapons are extremely effective at dealing with those. But
That was fun.
As you can see, I wasted,
Could you give me another hunk of
what was it, 180 ammo for those two enemies? Or at least 120.
iridium?
No, iridium, yes, I'm sorry. So, yeah, at this rate, with the ammo that I have, in total about 300 and something, you would be able to kill, what is it, 10 to 15 enemies maybe, and then you would run out of ammo. So, that's not ideal.
Yeah. Since the vault opened, my siren powers have been getting a little awesome.
Awesome. Well, if you need a chunk of iridium for every 2 enemies you kill, I wouldn't call it awesome.
Well, ex-boyfriend.
Alright, that's a great class mod actually, wow. Killer class mod. Team critical damage plus 20%. So, our critical hits do 20% more damage basically. Like, you probably deduced that yourself.
Bloodshot stronghold. That's where they're keeping Roland. You'll catch him by surprise and have a real advantage. It'll be great.
Especially because we're geniuses by Pandoran standards. Am I right? That snap was almost like a slow clap. Thank you, Lilith.
Sorry. Still getting used to this. Reminds me though, Bloodshot Stronghold is full of real tough customers.
Bloodshot Stronghold is actually full of real tough customers.
Good out there, by the way.
Bad Maul, I mentioned earlier, is level 14, I think. But we have the Skyrocket. So, spoilers, he's gonna die. Actually, hey, oh yeah, I forgot. Normally there would only be 1 chest in this late area. But I also have one mod installed that, well, basically spawns more chests on Pandora. It's conveniently called More Chests on Pandora. And some of the chests are actually very well hidden. It's a lovely mod. It's not like OP or something. But it's fun, you know. Chests are always like a mystery box. It's nice to be surprised sometimes, especially if you get like a... I was just about to say a high rarity Pushka or any Vladov sniper rifles. Late game, I might want to stack critical ascension on enemies, and that only works if you have a real low level sniper. And if this had a matching grip, I would probably save it up to like OP8, but we'll keep our eyes out for good low level snipers with high fire rates. And especially high magazine sizes. So, if I miss one, you can definitely tell me in the comments and roast me about it. That would be fun. For you, that is, not for me.
Alright, killer. I'm back
But-
in Sanctuary. Be careful. The Bloodshots have camped out all around the dam.
Also, now that we have freed Lilith, well, we have helped Lilith in the Bloodshot Stronghold, we unlock her in Sanctuary for some missions. One of those is the quest line for the Flame of the Firehawk shield, which is a great legendary shield, especially for characters like Krieg. Get vehicle. I already have my vehicle game. Why should I get another one? But whatever, let's do it. No need to be sassy about it. There we go. Now we honk at the gate. I think I unbound my honk key. Great. Sorry about that. Key bindings. Vehicle P. Alright. Let's try. There we go. Oh yeah, I remember now. I had it bound to Z, but I now bound Z to dropping my equipped weapon for, well, cool game mechanics. If you drop weapons in this game and you pick them back up, they automatically reload, because you cannot find weapons on the ground which have emptied ammo cases. So sometimes that is really helpful, especially with rocket launchers, with slow shotguns, for example the Flacker, or the Hive is a very good rocket launcher, which has quite a low reload speed. I'm rambling again. Alright, so let's get these car ornaments and we call it a day for this episode. Hey, did I see a badass car over there? Nope. I accidentally killed a spider. I'm very sorry. Actually, I'm not. Spiders are scary. Let's put it like that.
So you and my sister are getting along pretty well, huh?
Don't worry, Scooter.
Of course, you make
She's all yours if you want to.
time to tie you to a bed if she said that's one part now.
So, funny thing, Scooter and Ellie's mom, they're siblings, right? Is Mad Moxie. Mad Moxie is, in this game, she's portrayed as like this beautiful girl that, like a sex machine, whatever, iconic character. And then you see Ellie and Scooter, and you're like, yeah. Like, how must your dad have been like, you know? What did he look like? Or what does he look like? No, he's probably dead, because otherwise we would have known him. But I'm very interested to see what
Almost got a bandit car?
Scooter and Ellie's dad looks like.
But I generally don't like letting him get tortured any longer than I have to.
Hey, there we go. Well, that's the second time we level up by discovering a new area. Oh, nice pickup. Why am I even killing that one? We can continue back to Ellie. Oh, hello. I mean, might as well kill him, right? Before he kills us. One thing I like about this game, like I was already thinking in my head, right? Next thing I'm gonna do is farm Batmall for a bit to hopefully get a quad. But we just spent 10 minutes on Savage League farming for this Unkempt Herald. It's already, well, level 8. I thought it was level 7. It's not too bad. But, you know, it's already falling a bit behind compared to some other options we might have. And that's one thing I really love about this game. You're constantly looking for upgrades. Especially when leveling, you're always looking out for new stuff. And that keeps the game exciting and fresh. One of the reasons why I'm still playing this after so many years. Alright, so we don't have to wait till it gets scanned in and such. As soon as Ellie moves away, we can actually construct it from this machine. There we go.
Groovy. Now you construct one of those bandit-looking things
Also,
my brother's catch ride.
for some reason, of course we're gonna have the true turquoise skin for this. For obvious reasons. Hey. But for some reason in this game, the bandit cars with the catapults on it are faster than other cars. So let's use those. I don't like the steering as much on these ones. It's not as responsive, but it's faster, so hey, why not? Alright, let's get up to Bat Mall. Get into the Bloodshot Stronghold.
It looks like one of ours.
and then we'll call it for this episode. Now, can we kill stuff with our submachine gun without throwing it? Let's find out. Yes, we can. Oh, elemental damage early on is so powerful. And as you can see, if you throw it without it having ammo, it does barely any damage. 39. Oh, yeah, and that's one thing you don't want to do with TDR weapons. You don't want to reload them after a gunfight, because my ammo is already getting quite low. Alright, there's Bad Maul. Let's do this. Alright, I expected that to do a little bit more, but it's still very effective. Deadly Sniper class mod. Ooh, lovely. You know what? If we find a Lyuda, we might use that. And this is not something we can use. Well, we can, but we won't. Alright, so we unlocked a very good farm. As you can see, we're already like 3 bars into level 11. So we can farm Bad Maul for a little bit before we continue in the Bloodshot stronghold. It is actually quite a rough area if you're underleveled. Yeah, thank you very much for watching again, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.